Okay, so last week, I went to dinner with my friend. We ate pizza, we talked, it was nice. Then the bill came. And I just froze.
Froze? Like, you stopped moving?
Yes, I didn't know what to say. Should I pay? Should we split it? Should I say something? I just sat there. Silent. Awkward.
Ah, the money moment.
Exactly. The money moment. And I couldn't say a single word.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast that helps you speak English naturally and confidently. My name is Maria.
And I'm John. We're so happy you're here today.
This episode is perfect for you if you're at the B1 to B2 level. That means intermediate to upper intermediate English learners.
Today, I'm feeling good. A little tired, but happy. How about you, Maria?
I'm feeling great, actually. I had good coffee this morning, so I'm ready.
Nice. Okay, everyone. Thank you for choosing to learn English with us today. We really appreciate it.
We do. Let's get started. So, John, let me ask you something. When do you feel the most shy or nervous speaking English?
Probably when I need to talk about money.
Yes, exactly. Money conversations. They're so awkward. Even in your own language, right?
Right. But in English, it's 10 times harder.
It really is. Because you need to know what to say. You need to know the right words. And you also need to sound polite. Not rude. Not weird.
Exactly. Like, imagine this. You're at a restaurant with a friend. The bill comes. You want to say, let's split the bill. But you don't know if that's polite. You don't know if you're using the right phrase. So you just sit there. Quiet.
Or maybe you want to borrow money from a friend. Just $10. But you don't know how to ask. So you don't ask. You just feel shy.
Yes. Or someone asks you, how much do you earn? And you think, wait, can I say that? Is that okay to talk about?
Talking about money is like walking on ice. You need to be careful. One wrong word, and it feels uncomfortable.
I love that. Walking on ice. That's perfect.
Right? But here's the good news. Today, we're going to help you feel confident talking about money in English. We'll give you the exact phrases. Simple, clear, and polite.
And maybe this happens to you too. Maybe you also feel shy when money comes up in conversation.
If that's you, this episode is for you.
Okay, let me tell you a full story. Last week, I went to dinner with my friend Tom. We ordered food, we talked. Everything was nice. Then, the waiter brought the bill. And suddenly, everything changed.
What do you mean?
Well, I looked at the bill. Tom looked at the bill. And then, we both just looked at each other. No one said anything.
Oh, no!
Yeah, it was so awkward. I wanted to say, let's split the bill. But I wasn't sure. Maybe Tom wanted to pay? Maybe I should pay? I didn't know.
So, what did you do?
I said, so how should we do this?
No. John, that's so unclear.
I know. Tom laughed and said, let's just split it.
Okay, good. But you felt awkward, right?
So awkward. Because I didn't know the right phrase.
Okay, let me help you. When you want to share the cost of a meal with someone, we say, let's split the bill. Or you can say, let's go Dutch.
Wait, go Dutch? What does that mean?
Go Dutch means everyone pays for their own meal. It's an idiom. We use it a lot in English.
Oh, so if I say, let's go Dutch, it means you pay for your food, I pay for my food.
Exactly. Or, if you want to divide the bill equally, you say, let's split the bill. That means we divide the total cost.
Got it. So, split the bill means we share the total. Go Dutch means everyone pays for themselves.
Perfect. Now, here's a simple example. Imagine you're at a cafe with your colleague. You both had coffee and cake. The bill is $20. You can say, hey, let's split the bill. That's $10 each.
Easy. Clear. Polite.
Exactly. And no one feels awkward.
I wish I knew this last week.
Now you do. And maybe you've been in this situation too, right? You're with a friend. The bill comes. You don't know what to say. This feels nervous. You feel shy.
Maybe you know this feeling too.
Okay, let's talk about another awkward money situation. Borrowing money.
Oh, this one is hard.
It really is. Even in your native language, asking to borrow money feels uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Because you don't want to seem, I don't know, needy?
Right. Needy means you always need help from other people. It's not a good feeling.
Exactly. So, how do you ask someone to borrow money in English? Politely?
Good question. First, let's learn the phrase, can I borrow some money? That's the basic phrase. Borrow means you take something and you will give it back later.
Okay. So, borrow is temporary. You will return it.
Yes, exactly. Now, if you want to sound more polite, you can say, could I borrow $10? I'll pay you back tomorrow.
Oh, pay you back. That means return the money.
Perfect. Yes. Pay you back means I will give you the money again later.
So a full polite sentence is, could I borrow $20? I'll pay you back on Friday.
Beautiful. That's perfect. You sound polite, and you're clear about when you'll return the money.
Okay, but what if someone asks you to borrow money and you don't want to lend it?
Good question. You can say, I'm sorry, I'm a bit tight on money right now.
Tight on money. What does that mean?
Tight on money means you don't have much money at the moment. It's a polite way to say no.
Oh, I love that. So, I can say, sorry, I'm a bit tight on money this week.
Exactly. It's polite. It's honest. And it doesn't feel rude.
Here's a real situation. Imagine your friend says, hey, can I borrow $50? But you don't have extra money. You can say, I'd love to help, but I'm a bit tight on money right now.
Perfect. You sound kind, but you're also clear.
This makes you feel less awkward. You don't need to lie. You just explain simply.
Exactly. Maybe you've been in this situation before. Someone asks you for money. You feel uncomfortable. You don't know how to say no.
Maybe you know this feeling too. All right, next situation. You're shopping. You see something you like, maybe a jacket. You want to know the price. What do you say?
Easy. You say, how much is this? Or how much does this cost?
Simple.
Yes. But here's something interesting. Sometimes you want to say a price is too high. How do you say that politely?
Good question.
You can say, that's a bit pricey. Or, that's a bit expensive.
Pricey. I like that word. It sounds softer than expensive.
Exactly. Pricey is a little more casual and friendly. It means the same thing, but It sounds less direct.
Okay, so if I'm shopping and I see a shirt for $100, I can say, wow, that's a bit pricey.
Perfect. Or you can say, that's out of my budget.
Oh, budget. Let me guess. Budget means the amount of money you can spend?
Exactly. Your budget is your limit. So if something is out of your budget, it means it's too expensive for you.
Got it. So I can say, I love this phone, but it's out of my budget.
Perfect. Clear and honest.
Now, here's another situation. You're buying something, and the seller says, this costs $200, but you think that's too much. You want to negotiate. How do you say that?
Good question. You can say, is there any discount? Or can you give me a better price?
Oh, discount means a lower price.
Yes, a discount is when the price goes down. For example, I got a 20% discount. That means the price was reduced by 20%.
Nice. So if I'm at a market, I can say, is there any discount if I buy two?
Exactly. That's perfect.
Here's a simple example. Imagine you're buying a laptop. The price is $800. You say, that's a bit out of my budget. Is there any discount?
Beautiful. Polite, clear, and confident.
This feels less scary now. You don't need to feel shy. You just need the right words.
Exactly. And maybe you've been in a shop before and you wanted to ask about the price, but you felt too shy.
Maybe you know this feeling too.
Okay, here's a big one. Talking about your salary.
Oh, this is so awkward.
It really is. Because in many cultures, talking about your salary is very private. You don't share it.
Right. But sometimes people ask. They say, how much do you make? Or how much do you earn?
Exactly. And you might feel uncomfortable. You don't want to answer.
So, what do you say?
First, let's understand the phrases. How much do you make? And how much do you earn? Both mean, what is your salary? How much money do you get from your job?
Okay. So, make and earn both mean the same thing here.
Yes. For example, I make $3,000 a month. Or, I earn $3,000 a month.
Got it. But what if someone asks me and I don't want to answer?
You can say, I'd rather not say. This is polite. It means, I don't want to talk about this.
Oh, I'd rather not say. That's perfect.
Or you can say, I prefer to keep that private. Private means personal, not for everyone to know.
So if someone says, hey, how much do you earn? I can say, I'd rather not say. I prefer to keep that private.
Exactly. You sound polite, but you're also protecting your privacy.
I love this. Because sometimes people ask these questions and you feel stuck. You don't know how to say no.
Right. But now you have the words. You can say no, and you can say it politely.
Here's a real example. Imagine you're at a party. Someone you just met says, so, how much do you make? You can smile and say, oh, I'd rather not say. But I like my job.
Perfect. You're polite. You change the topic. And you don't feel awkward.
This makes you feel confident. You're not rude. You're just protecting your privacy.
Exactly. Maybe someone has asked you this question before, and you didn't know what to say. You felt shy.
Maybe you know this feeling too.
Okay, everyone. Let's take a breath. We've talked about a lot of money phrases today, But I want to say something important.
What's that?
Money conversations are awkward in every language. Even native English speakers feel shy talking about money sometimes.
Really?
Yes, really. Because money is personal. It's sensitive. So if you feel nervous talking about money in English, that's completely normal.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
Here's the thing. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to know a few simple phrases. And you need to practice them.
Right. Practice makes you confident.
Exactly. I'll tell you a small story. When I first moved to an English-speaking country, I went to a coffee shop. I wanted to ask, "Do you have any discounts?" But I was so nervous. I just pointed at the menu and said, "This one."
Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't ask. I just paid full price. Later, I found out students get a discount. But I was too shy to ask.
That's so relatable.
It is. But you know what? I learned. Now I always ask. I say, "Is there a student discount?" Simple. Easy. No fear.
I love that. So the lesson is, even if you feel shy now, you can learn, you can practice, and you can get better.
Exactly. Every conversation is practice. Every mistake is a lesson.
Here's one sentence I want you to remember. You are allowed to talk about money. You just need the right words.
Beautiful. Write that down, everyone. Okay, everyone. Let's slow down now. Word tour time.
This is the part where we review the key words and phrases from today's episode.
We'll go through them one by one. Slowly. Clearly. Ready?
Ready,
First phrase. Split the bill.
meaning to share the cost of something, like a meal, equally with someone.
Example 1. Let's split the bill. That's $15 each.
Example 2. Do you want to split the bill, or should I pay?
Personal example. Last weekend, I had dinner with my sister, and we split the bill.
Next phrase, go Dutch.
Meaning, everyone pays for their own meal or their own item.
Example 1. Let's go Dutch today. I'll pay for my coffee, you pay for yours.
Example 2. We always go Dutch when we eat out.
Personal example? I prefer to go Dutch with friends. It feels fair.
Next word, borrow.
Meaning, to take something from someone and return it later.
Example 1. Can I borrow your pen? I'll give it back in 5 minutes.
Example 2. I need to borrow some money until Friday.
Personal example. I borrowed a book from the library last week.
Next phrase, pay you back.
Meaning, to return money that you borrowed from someone.
Example 1. I'll pay you back tomorrow. I promise.
Example 2. Thanks for lending me money. I'll pay you back next week.
Personal example? My friend lent me $20. I paid him back the next day.
Next phrase. Tight on money.
Meaning, you don't have much money right now.
Example 1. I can't go to the concert. I'm a bit tight on money.
Example 2. Sorry, I'm tight on money this month.
Personal example. I was tight on money last month, so I didn't buy new clothes.
Next word, pricey.
Meaning, expensive, but said in a softer, more casual way.
Example 1. This restaurant is a bit pricey.
Example 2. I love this jacket, but it's too pricey for me.
Personal example? I wanted to buy new headphones, but they were too pricey.
Next word, discount.
meaning a reduction in price.
Example 1. Is there any discount for students?
Example 2. I got a 30% discount on this shirt.
Personal example. I always look for discounts when I shop online.
Last phrase. I'd rather not say.
Meaning, a polite way to say you don't want to answer a question.
Example 1. How much do you earn? I'd rather not say.
Example 2. I'd rather not say. I like to keep that private.
Personal example. Someone asked me about my salary once. I said, I'd rather not say.
Okay, that's the word tour. Those are the most important phrases from today.
Write them down. Practice them. Use them. All right, everyone, let's make this practical. What can you do today to practice talking about money?
Here's a simple challenge. Today, or this week, try to use one of these phrases in a real conversation.
Just one. That's it.
For example, next time you go to a cafe or a restaurant with a friend, try saying, "Let's split the bill."
Or if you're shopping, ask, is there any discount?
You don't need to use all the phrases. Just pick one. Say it out loud. In a real situation.
Here's a sentence template you can practice right now. Say this. Can I borrow? I'll pay you back. When?
For example, can I borrow $10? I'll pay you back tomorrow.
Or, can I borrow your charger? I'll give it back in an hour.
Practice this in your head. Then, when the moment comes, you'll feel ready.
You'll feel confident because you've practiced.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to try.
Okay, everyone. Before we go, we have a question for you.
Here's your comment challenge. We want you to answer this question in the comments below.
Ready? Here it is. What's the most awkward money situation you've ever been in?
Maybe you didn't know how to split the bill. Maybe someone asked you about your salary. Maybe you wanted to ask for a discount but felt too shy.
Tell us your story. Write it in the comments. We read every single one.
And if you learned something today, please hit the like button. It really helps us.
And if you want more episodes like this, simple, clear, real English conversations, subscribe to Speak Unstoppable.
We release new episodes every day to help you speak English confidently.
Thank you so much for being here today.
We believe in you. You can do this.
Keep practicing. Keep speaking.
And remember, you are unstoppable.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.